Hi, today I will show you how to do a very effective Moog style bass sound on the Kobol Expander, and I will also show you how to patch some simple filter FM sounds on this unit. I find it to be a very nice sounding unit, to be honest, and I have access to quite a good variety of analog synthesizers, but I find this to be a real gem, to be honest. Let's jump straight in. I have an open sawtooth here on oscillator 1 and only one oscillator active. I have the filter wide open, resonance at 0. Also importantly, the keyboard control is set to the middle position here, which means that we have 1 volt per octave tracking approximately, and the ADS control is 0 right now. The VCA envelope is wide open, and the decay is somewhere here in the middle of the filter envelope. So let's just start with the basic sound, like so. First, we want to activate PWM on oscillator 1, because I think that sounds really good on this synth, so let's do that. We just put the waveform selector, or rather, it's a seamless knob here, to PWM using the LFO. Like the rate is somewhere, well, 0.1 here, hertz. And then we want to bring in oscillator 2, 1 octave below oscillator 1. And I have set this to whether it should be a square wave, I think. So let's try to blend that in. Pretty fat sound already there. I want to have some contour, of course, to make this into a classic Moog style bass sound. When I say Moog style bass sound, I mean that it's sort of a dry sound without using resonance. It's this sort of woody sound, if you will. So let's engage the envelope. Positive envelope, if you go in this direction, is negative, but we want a positive envelope. Somewhere around there, perhaps. Decay is somewhere in the middle now. And we have to, of course, lower the VCF frequency too for this to have any effect. Yeah, I think we're almost there actually. We can also increase the decay a bit because on the VCA, because we want the sort of the closing of the filter to ring out a bit. Not that much perhaps, but somewhere around there. And now we can play around with the decay values, of course. It's a really fast envelope, I must say. So a really useful bass sound. If we want it to be even more dry, sort of in a Moog sort of way, we can, instead of using the PWM here, we can set it to somewhere close to a sawtooth. So we also have to make sure that the beating is to our advantage here. We don't want it too slow, because then there's no movement, but we don't want it too fast either. Not like that. And just to contrast that with using PWM. As you can see, there's a use for both of these. Let's just showcase the filter quickly. I find it to be a very nice filter, especially when you're using there's an octave ratio on the oscillator. So let's just bring up the resonance. Don't change anything else. So you hear this sort of nice movement there. Let's add the PWM. Let's make even more sort of a transient in the filter envelope. Very fast envelope, very warm filter. This is of course supposed to be some kind of schematic modeled on the SSM 2040 of Prophet 5 Rev 1, Rev 2 fame. I've had that synthesizer, the Prophet 5 Rev 2, and I have a Prophet 5 Rev 4 today, which has the sort of successor from, well, the same designer. Neither of them sound exactly like the original Prophet 5 SSM filter 2040, I think, but they sound really nice. I also like the version here in the Kobol, which is also one of the few synths that actually used to have this 2040 filter. It has a very interesting resonance, I think. Very warm. It almost sounds like there's some kind of chorus, right? Some kind of effect in the synthesizer. But it only happens when you have resonance up bit. Let's just add some interesting stuff to this. Let's add some filter FM, and you can do this in different ways. You can, of course, one way is to just patch the VCF, VCO1 out to VCF frequency, like this. Quite useful. I mean, just to add some extra grit to sound, right? You can also do some interesting things using this mixer here, the voltage processor. It's sort of a mixer. If you don't have anything plugged into the in1 here, it will add around 10 volts to the output. So let's put this to the output. And we have nothing in the input now. And then it just acts as a second cutoff. That's not what we want to do. So we want to use something else here in the input. We can use input. If it's input 1, then we can have the possibility to attenuate it. So let's do that. Let's do the same kind of thing we did before. Let's do VCO1 out. But now we can set the depth, right? And as you notice, we're still using the oscillators into the mixer. We haven't disabled them or anything. If we have just the filter, it will sound like this right now, because it's not fully resonant. If we put it fully resonant, we want to have both of these active, but we can change the waveform. Now we have the PWM used as a modulation source to modulate the filter. If we select a different waveform, we alter the character of the sound. We can use the envelope to sweep the PWM. And the filter. Let's use it to sweep just the PWM. As you can hear, the PWM, it's not obvious, but what's happening is that the PWM, the waveform actually here, is being swept by the filter envelope. It's not controlling the filter, it's only sweeping the waveform here. And you have these very, very nice harmonics coming out of that. show you today, but this is a machine I will be returning to make some more videos, because you can do some very interesting stuff on this. Definitely, a lot of possibilities. For such a portable machine, it's really quite remarkable, I think. There's a lot of value for money. You can do almost anything on this. Usually when you have some kind of analog synth like this, there's usually something missing. I mean, either the filter is boring, or perhaps the filter is more of a one-trick pony, like a 12 dB, you know, something which I like, but you know, you're not going to use it for Moog style bass, right? Or there's something with the curvature of the envelope or the speed of the envelope that I don't like. But on this, I mean, it's hard, I'm hard pressed to find anything on this that I don't like so far. Right, so that's it for today. Thank you, and I'll see you again.